What's going on, Periscope? Keith B. Dixon is official. You are in the Kilo Bravo Delta Zone, 7:05 Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for joining in. We're going to be organic tonight, you guys. I got an early morning, so a super early morning. So we're going to be real organic. But tonight we're going to talk about getting business, and I'm going to entertain some questions. We're not going to be long. I think the last time I was on one of my evening scopes, we were on here about 2 hours. So, good evening. I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you enjoyed the morning scope. And also, I got the Daily H, you guys, that is posting on Facebook, and you'll see it come out on Twitter. And essentially, all the Daily 8 is 8 minutes. It's an 8-minute version, literally, of morning motivation. No baby tonight. Yeah, I know that was so much fun, you guys. I gotta tell you, I had a lot of fun with that. So let me see names and locations, and we're gonna get started. Let me see names and locations. Let's go. Names and locations. Jersey Joseph. Yes, Captain Amber. Yep, Commander Mike. And that's Captain Joe, by the way, you guys. Commander Mike. Captain Antoinette, David from Greensboro. David, we're going to have to indoctrinate you into the bomb squad because you are on these scopes, my friend. I love it. Thank you. Maryland, we're going to have to indoctrinate you. Don Kirkpatrick, she's the longtime OG in the scope, you guys. Captain Lamar, Macon, Georgia. Yo, it's Rome. What's up? There she is. Captain Extraordinaire. Amber all day. Yes. We're gonna start calling Amber all day. Yep, my cousin Tori's, what's up? Our Exposure 101 account. I hope you guys are following it. By the way, I'm going to be, after the 18th, you guys, I'm going to be doing scopes from the Exposure account. So you'll see me jump on, me and Sean. Yes, there we go. There's Commander Mike, yep. So look, let's talk business, you guys, because I think it's important. Business is important, and thank you. I appreciate that, Don. I had a great time with her. You know, that's my heart right there, so... Matter of fact, I'm going to make some adjustments so I can spend more time with her. And, we're going to have fun. So, for sure, all the way through. She's going to be like, why is my grandpa always picking me up from school? Yep, we'll do that for sure. Okay, so look, one of the ways you guys can see a lot of the same content, and let me share, I want to share with you, I have already, but we're gonna do some more. We've been doing a lot of photos, by the way. I got some great maternity photos and just documenting the whole thing. So let me jump on this message, you guys. I'm gonna be. You guys know we do morning motivation. It comes on 7:30, 7:35, and then 7:05. Well, if you go to keithbdixon.online, it's gonna take you to all of the Periscope live streams. So keithbdixon.online will take you to all the broadcasts. Now here's the catch. All those broadcasts are going to expire within 24 hours. So if you miss it, the next best place to go is going to be YouTube. So you have to go to YouTube, and you can just... I'm going to start tweeting out the YouTube link, and you can watch it there, because when I'm doing a dual broadcast, and this is the catch, when I'm doing a dual broadcast, I'm doing it live to the YouTube platform and then live to Periscope. You have to listen to... Okay, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. What's up, Jack Photog? Great picture, by the way, on Instagram. I loved it. That was really... That reminded me of... I'm sidebarring here. Y'all do that. I'll jump in and out of the dialogue, you guys. But Jack Photog on Instagram, he shot this image. It was reminiscent of the 60s. That's the type of work they used to do back in the 60s. So, yeah, we call that a swerve. So, Jack, that was dope. I like that a lot. I mean, it really spoke to me. In terms of the context of it. So, here's what's happening. So, we're going to be broadcasting out to Facebook. I mean, not Facebook. YouTube. And then Periscope. And then what I do is I take that same broadcast and I'll repost it on Facebook. But and that's what's been happening. But let me tell you what's going to happen now. I'm going to take the same broadcast and I'm actually going to put it onto podcasts.keithbdixon.com. Online. So that's where you'll see a lot of information going from this point out. And then also I'm going to introduce a premium content. So and here's the video cast. There we go. And here's the reason for it. A lot of that was an ideal that I actually thought of last year, but what really kicked it into motion was when I got my phone bill last month, and it was outrageous. And part of it was because of the the data plan. And when I'm traveling, I use my hotspot. And I started thinking about it, and I'm thinking, well, if I'm incurring these charges, you guys must be incurring them too. And then I started correlating that back to people and other broadcasters getting lower people on the scopes and more people watching the replays. So here's what that means. I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket, and I want you to be able to get the content at any time. So that's the reason for the podcast. So you can download it to your phone. You can go home, download it, listen to it whenever you want, at work, whatever the case may be. And matter of fact, it's going to be more condensed. It's going to be more condensed. And here's the thing. Here's the big factor. I don't want to hold you hostage to a time. That can be frustrating. And I think it's also very short-lived. As a social media broadcaster, it's very short-lived. So yeah, and it's 10 o'clock there, and in some places it's 12. It's 3 a.m. That's tough. That's tough to manage. What's up, JW? So that's where we're going with that. Is that making sense for you guys? I want you to drop in. Let's go 1.1. 1.1, you guys. 1.1. All right. Now, here's the other thing, too. So I'm going to put a lot of emphasis on the podcast. I love that platform just as much as I love Periscope. And you can subscribe to the podcast, so every time it updates, you'll basically get a message. But here's what else is important. I'm also going to be adding lower-priced, exclusive content. And when I say lower price, we're going low, 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 low. We're going low. A low price of $4.99. Oh, you got all right on, JW. So, right on, JW. Congratulations. Put in the exact JW. We're sidebar. This is how I do it. You guys, as a broadcast, you got to jump in and out of the conversation. You got to read the comments, jump in and out, and then remember where you are. JW. You were elected president of the New Orleans chapter of Professional Photographers. I will be speaking there in July. Is that the one? Is that where we're, hey, JW, I told my wife we were going to New Orleans in July. She's never been. So it's going to be a special treat. So anyway, JW is now the president, and it's a huge organization. I love New Orleans, by the way. My family's from there. How could I not love it? And Rome was the popo in New Orleans. Yep. Y'all didn't know that, huh? Yep. So not only do I love the food and I can cook it, right? I know, don't tell nobody, right? Not only can I cook it, but my father's there we go, ppla.net. There it is right there. So if you're in the New Orleans area, you should be a member of that group. Matter of fact, when we were in New Orleans, they came out on a day's notice. I think we had 30 people on a day's notice. That's how serious they are in New Orleans. And what's up, Levon? Is that Levon Hall? What's up? Yes, cello. That's a New York thing, huh? Cello. So, anyhow, you guys, getting back on topic. I don't want to hold you guys hostage. There she is right there. Faith, where you been? Hold up. Let me put the scope brakes on. Hold up. Faith is one of the OGs in the scope. Faith, where you been? I'm going to hold the scope up for a second. Where you been? Hold on. I'm going to sit back. Where you been, Faith? I need to know. Working. Okay, what else? What else? You've been shooting a lot. Hey, you guys, by the way, Faith is like old school photography, like we call them old heads, right? So we call them old heads in photography. She's like an old head shooting film back in the day, dark room, the whole 9 yards. Faith, glad to see you on here. Right on. Okay, so there it is. All right, now I don't want to hold you guys hostage on the time, so we're going to a podcast format. I'll still be broadcasting at the same times, but you'll be able to get the content. Yes, our favorite troll. Yes, Faith, you are the only official troll in this scope. You are the only one licensed to be troll-like in this scope. So, and we missed that. It was kind of like not normal for us. All right. So, if you guys don't know Faith, she's probably been on here just as long as I've been scoping. Literally, I'm not kidding you. Like true. Matter of fact, I think I didn't even have a name. I was just scoping, and Faith was jumping on here all hours of the night. It could be 1 o'clock in the morning. Faith was jumping on. Thank you, Faith. All right, so you can subscribe to the podcast, and I also have a Patreon page because in the second year, now let me give you, yes, you got to have good stalkers. Yes, absolutely. So in the second year of anything that I do, we generally try to monetize. I hate to use that word, traveling. Okay, all right, right on, brother. We try to monetize, even with the conference, to make the conference bigger and grow more. We're monetizing it in the second year, which means that the registration will cost $99 and never to exceed $200 over the life of the conference. That's how we're monetizing. And what that does is that helps to bring in revenue so that we can fly speakers in, we can do all the things we need to do, be mobile. If we go to Cobalt Hall in Detroit, we got money to pay for it. The money goes back. It's a reinvestment program because we operate like venture capitalists. For us, the investment is over time. The money we raise goes back into the program. Well, the same is true for Scopes. 2 years, I'm just grinding, no cost, and now we're heading into the second year right now, and we do small investments because if you are getting information and you are not being accountable for that information, guess what? There's no action. And you have to invest in yourself. So we keep everything really small and more value than cost value, and that's the strategy here. So I want to be very vocal about that so that you guys know. And it's not because we don't have the confidence in what we charge you guys. It was like, oh, you could be making more money. Yes, we could be making more money, but we're on a different business model as opposed to most people. Most people is like, let me get all the money up front, and then if it dies out, I made my money. Ours is, you know what, let's nurture a community and build it up really big. And you know what, let's all make money over time. So that's our model. It is very difficult and it's hard to maintain. I got to tell you, not very many people are successful with it, but we have a formula and we have a concept. Yes, there it is right there. I love that. Love the progression of technology to evaluate. Yep, that's exactly what we're doing right there. Yeah, and you know what, Rome? That's what a lot of people do. They grab the money and hope that you'll forget about them, or oh, they won't ever think about. They'll go away. No, and a lot of our partners they believe in this concept. They really do. They really do. But I was hoping. It's funny. What is that? Disobi? How do you say that name? Disadaboy. You need some money? Okay, we all need money, brother. Join the program. There's my man Sean Lee, co-founder X101. Yes. Yeah. Hey, I tell you what. Tell me your first name. Da boy. Oh, this da boy. There we go. This da boy. Okay, this da boy. Tell me your first name, so we can just make a proper introduction. It's Daddy. Okay. All right. It's Daddy. Okay. I'm gonna play along with this. So look, we all need money. So, write me a little lightweight check, send it on this way. I need it for the conference. Let's go. Come on, man. Now, keep it real. All right, so there it is. Thank you. The Realist Group from DC, thank you for tuning in. So that's kind of where we're headed with the program and the ideal of where we're going with the conference, you guys. So it's 2 years. We're going to seed the conference. We're gonna get our partners involved. The second year investment, and my platform is exactly the same way, all while keeping our cost low. All while keeping our costs low. And here's the reason why. I'm gonna tell you why. This is the why for the strategy. When you're first starting out, generally you don't have a lot of money, or if you do got money, you got to make it work. So getting education becomes less of a priority, because you are focused on trying to get as much money in as possible. So we're basically riding along that same model, because it's true. Most artists are. Most artists don't have a lot of capital. So we're going to make it easy for you to get there. And when you get there, we're going to make it easy for you to eat as much as possible. If you probably heard, or how many of you guys saw the posting that Sean made for Dave and Buster's today? So we just secured that up. Dave and Buster's, we're having a Dave and Buster's party. The food is off the chain. Yep. Capital is the key to small business. You're so right. Okay, so look, I want you to think about this because we're thinking about this at the smallest scale. When you go to anywhere to basically get value and education, there's a lot of factors that go into it. You've got to eat in the morning, you've got to travel there, there's a lot of expense. So at Dave and Buster's, I mean, we pretty much go in on the food. So if you can pretty much count that as a dinner for the most part. That eliminates cost there to your business. And it's free this year. Now, as we go into the next year and we're charging a registration fee, we might up the game on the food. And maybe we offer breakfast when you show up to the conference. Do you see where I'm going here? So now what we're doing is we're taking care of that survival need, and that's freeing you up. It's like, because you can come to the conference and know, well, I'm gonna get some pineapples and some oranges and some scrambled eggs, whatever, or I'm gonna get some meatballs and chicken wings and all that kind of stuff. And I know it sounds funny, you guys, but this is a reality for a lot of people. This is a reality for a lot of people. I'm gonna take me a couple sodas, right? I get it. I totally get it. If you're with me and you're understanding this, let's go 2.2. 2.2, let's do this. Hey, Sean, is Sean still on here? I got to get an update on the breakfast tickets. Last year we had breakfast tickets. I don't think we're going to have them this year. No breakfast tickets this year, you guys. The Sheraton was actually bought out. So they changed that whole program. Yep. So is this making sense? All right. Very good. Very good. All right. Let's dive into why we're really here. Yes, it would. And we're going to work on that. So next year, that's going to be a factor for me to make sure that we implement some type of inclusivity to you getting there and food and all of that kind of stuff while maintaining that lower price. Now, look, here's the number one question that I get constantly about business. Like, how do I get more business? How do I get business? How do I start my business? Well, there's a formula for it. It's a real simple formula, and it goes something like this. One, you've got to have an ideal about what your business is. You have to have an ideal about what your business is. What is your business? What are you in the business of doing? Okay, so let's assume we're photographers. What market are you looking at? And here's the one important thing. I'm going to gloss over this because in the 90 PT I dig down deep into these areas, but I'm going to gloss over this and kind of give you an overview. So what type of photographer are you? Are you a shoot and burn photographer? Are you a shoot and deliver online photographer? Are you a photographer who sells prints? Those are basically the three categories. Maybe you're burning a CD for that client. Hopefully you are giving them low res, medium res at the most. They can't print bigger than an 8x10 type of situation, and you're doing some in-person sales on some larger prints. And then if you're delivering online, maybe you're commercial because that's generally how it's done. Maybe you're an advertising photographer. Who knows? You've got to make your mind up on that. And then here's the second thing. How much business here's the magic question. How much business can I get from any one of these specific areas? And will it sustain my lifestyle that I need? The minimum lifestyle. And possibility. You could be a jack of all trades. You could be doing it all. You'll drive yourself nuts. So those are some important questions. If those questions help you to reach some type of clarity in your thoughts right now, I want you to put in 3.3. Let's go. 3.3. If you're reaching some type of clarity. Yeah, well, artists are nutty. We're all nutty. Okay. Now, I kind of said, you know what? that industry has got to be able to sustain you. Now, this is where you got to dig in, and really do some homework. How are people spending money in the area that you want to work in? How are they spending money? And then the next question becomes, where are they? How accessible to that market are you? Are you accessible to the market that you are trying to reach? Now, if you just know a few people here and there, that's not going to be enough to make a living. Are you connected to an organization, a group, someone with a lot of connections? Because if you are just going to basically start your business and then hang your sign out on the internet, I'm going to tell you that you are doomed for a tough time. That's not the best way to do it. You've got to watch this now. Watch this. You have got to have boots on the ground marketing. You have to get out and handshake and know people. You have to have a physical network. That is never going to go away. Physical networks will never go away. Because you know what? Although technology is very promising in our life in terms of what it's going to do for us in the future, we still have human tendencies. People need to know who you are. They need to know that you're real. And the internet will, I don't think in my lifetime, will never solve that problem. We need to know that people are real. And it's not just face-to-face contact here and there. I need to know. Because, I could be literally sitting here with a great shirt on and have on some shorts and some flip-flops, and you would never know. So we need to satisfy curiosities. We need to create physical brand awareness. Physical brand awareness. Is this making sense for you guys? 4.4, let's go. 4.4, if we are seriously answering some questions today that are going to help you to decide how you need to proceed. So look, you can't get a business without the research. It's not possible. All that getting a business license and doing this and that, you know what, that's admin work. That's nothing special. That's stuff that you're supposed to do. The real work starts when you got to start picking up a shovel, a pickaxe, a drill, and getting to the farmland that you need to farm. You got to get people through the door. Absolutely. So look, I have a term, hashtag MCC, it's called maintain constant contact. The thing that I realize is a lot of people don't stay in contact with people who could potentially help them. They don't network, right? They definitely don't use their pound 1440 or what I call Roma Vision. They just don't use the Roma Vision or the MCC. That's the one thing that I found that lacks in most business owners. They just expect that business is going to come flying through the door. I'm going to tell you, you're terribly wrong. You've got to maintain constant contact. And I'm going to tell you that being on social media is not going to do it for you. Now, let's talk about social media because I'm going to be touring and I'm going to be talking about social media on some of the biggest platforms. And I want you to know, hey, what can I expect, Keith, if I come to see you? Let me give you some foresight. Now, here's the thing. A like is an impression. It's important, right? But as it comes to basically turning revenue, it's not important. It's not important if you don't act on the like. I was just in a conversation today. I was talking to Sheila Morgan, and I said, you know what, it's one thing to get a like, but it's another thing to ask someone about a like. And I'm going to tell you, I've been doing some scientific quasi-research. So you guys, appease me for a quick second. Appease me. There's Sheila right there. Appease me for a quick second. I just want you guys to amuse me. How many of you guys know who I am? I just want you to throw up a Wi-Fi. How many of you guys actually know who I am? Throw up a Wi-Fi. Ooh, I'm going to talk about that too, Rome. Appease me. How many of you guys actually know who I am? Okay, now watch this. If you know who I am and I like your photograph, you know how you could really get some free information? How you could get free education? You could ask me why I like your photo. Keith, why did you like my photo? I do it all the time. Why do you like my photo? And I'm going to tell you, I like this. Matter of fact, the photo could be busted and I might like it. That is all the more reason for you to figure out why did he like this photo, because he's the only one out of all these people. As a teacher, I am looking for potential in your work first. Everything else, if you've got some technical issues, we can fix them. Yes, there you go. So now that like has translated into an engagement, and it has also just paid you in knowledge. These are the kind of things I'm going to be talking about on social media. And you know what? Maybe I'm really a client. I don't want to comment because I don't want you to really know how much you like my work, because when you tell me the price, I want to act as if I need a discount. But if I tell you that I like your photo and I love your work, you might view me as an easy client. It's the psychology behind it. These are the things that I'm going to be talking about. Engaging people. Why'd you like my photo? Why'd you like this? What did you see? What was the driving force? Why? This, and that. That's taking social media to a whole new level. Yes, your client chooses you because they liked more than they are willing to tell you. Oh, did you have a deal? We call that a deal, Ron. So you're going to have a deal. Hopefully it's minimized to one. Yes. Okay, is this making sense for you? Is this that scope that's... See, just because I'm getting on here, I don't have all the production, doesn't mean that I'm not going to deliver value to you. Even yesterday, my granddaughter delivered value. She touched your hearts, hopefully. There's always value in a message. Positive or negative, there's always value. You have to see it. Yep. So I want you guys to think about that. Now, so we're on likes. You got some likes. You got some ideals, right? You engage back. Where do you go from there? Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, because here's how it works. Follow me and I'll follow you back. Yes. You got to extend an invite to them. A personal invite. I'm going to go on and like some of your stuff. I feel obligated now. I do it all the time. Someone likes me on something that I did on Twitter. I go into their feed and I start liking stuff, and then I might even engage them. Hey, if they don't engage me back, then I know that there's not going to be a lot of consistency there. And you know what? It becomes a duel too sometimes. Who's going to end the conversation first? That's always the problem that I love to have in a social media engagement. Who's going to end the conversation first? And how do we do it? Because I can't see you, you can't see me. That is such a funny thing. I want you guys to think about that. You don't want to end it because it was so hard to get from the start. You don't want to end it. But you know what? You can't keep going back and forth. So guess what? You got to stop and then come back to it later. That is called the long game. Yep. The long game to the end game. And if you watch that, if you go to watch this now, if you go to podcast.keithbdixon.online and you download the podcast, you're going to hear me talking about the end game. You're going to hear me talking about as long as you know where you're going, no one can ever steer you off path. Can I get a 5.5, please? Can I get a 5.5? 5.5, y'all. My name is Keith B. Dixon. I'm just a photographer. This is the Kilo Bravo Delta Zone 7705, 5 days a week. You guys, I won't be on morning motivation. I got an early morning, so I won't be on it. It's conflicting with the time, so I won't be on, but I will be on at 7 p.m. tomorrow morning, so I will be on. If you fast forwarded up until this point, let me give you some advice. Go back and watch this entire scope. I don't produce scopes that you can fast forward on, very rarely. So just go back, because there's a lot of useful information in here that could change something that you're doing into a gold mine. Yes, for sure. All right. So look, you got to go where your clients are, and you really got to handshake with them. How many of you are actually fearful of physically meeting people? How many of you are actually, because I got a solution for you. How many of you are actually fearful? And I don't want you to be shy. How many of you are actually fearful? Don't be shy. I'm going to give you a solution. If you have a client and you're interested in meeting them, connect with them on social, right? Connect with them on social and keep talking to them. So when you meet them, you don't have to overcome breaking the ice, because you can always go straight to the social media. Oh, you're Bubbles 6943. Good. Oh my God. You know what? That post you made was phenomenal. And then put it right back on them and get them talking. Because you know what? That'll give you time to come down out of your nervousness. Because they'll start, yeah, how did you create that post? Keep them talking until you can get what I call leveled, right? How did you get that posted? And if they're smarter than you, watch this now, because this becomes tricky, because some people are very intelligent, they're very smart, right? Yeah, hey, Bubbles, right? Bubbles 6943, right? If they're smarter than you, then definitely engage them to talk about their knowledge even more. Because if you don't know, it's better not to say anything than to say something and become totally off base. They're going to be like, that person, they had no idea about what they were talking about. They're going to make fun of you. People love to talk about themselves. Keep them talking. And you know what? Eventually, you're going to find a groove in that conversation, and you're just going to strike right in it, and it's going to be perfect. And they're going to remember you for that. Now, here's another thing. I want to talk about. So now we broke the ice online because we just met Bubbles 6943. And if your conversation in social media is about anything, they're going to find you. Right? They're going to be looking for you because they're going to see your picture. They're going to be like, are you Oscar 105? And you're going to be like, yeah, that's me. Ooh, Rome, you got it right here. Right? Yeah, that's me. And you start your conversation. Don't make this mistake. Don't get anchored down with anybody too long. If there's 100 people in a room, you want to network with more than half of those people in the room. Hey, look, I'd love to stand here and talk to you. We can continue this, but let me make my way around the room, and then, let's catch up later is that an ice cream stand? You like ice cream? Let's catch up at the ice cream stand in about 20 minutes, and let me know how people are going to appreciate you even more. Let me get in here, get this business taken care of. I'm going to come back, and then we can sit down and really chop it up. Chop it up is slang for talking, because time is precious. You'll know. Look, if you're going on a little too much, I'm just going to shut you down very nicely, right? It's like, look, I would love to stand here and talk to you, but I got to make my... Or sometimes you got people, they just want to basically tie up your time in a conversation, and then there's other people wanting to talk to you, and you have to be professional and say, look, so-and-so's waiting. I'd love to... You know what? Let's take that conversation offline. This is networking 101. People are going to respect you more. Remember, it's better to be respected than liked. It's better to be respected than liked. And you know what? That comes with age and wisdom, you guys. Most people want to be liked in the very beginning. So you got to be respected. And sometimes when people like you, they don't respect your time. And that's the reason why I'm bringing this up. They don't respect your time. They just want to plow down on you. And I'm going to give you a really good example. I was doing a scope not too long ago, and this person called me up and was asking me some stuff, and it became like a nightmare, to be honest with you, because my phone just kept ringing. And finally had to let them know, I was like, look, I would love to help you, but you got to be realistic. You got to be realistic with the phone call. And they completely understood, thankfully. I can't devote that kind of time unless you're paying me. So sometimes you just got to take that direct approach. Your time is so valuable. So when you're in that room networking, or when you pick up that phone, yes, a high level marketer told me you gain more in 30 than 15 minutes. Absolutely, that is so true. You can tell where the conversation is going in the first 15, the first 60 seconds of the conversation. You know exactly where it's going. Is this making sense? Is this helpful? Is this helpful for you guys? Is this like one of those free full of value scopes? Free full of values. Let me see 6.7. 6.7. Mm-hmm. Yep. If you just tuned in, Keith B. Dixon, photographer. This is the Kilo Bravo Delta Zone, home of the Bomb Squad. You can find us on Facebook. It's official. You're in the Kilo Bravo Delta Zone. Keith B. Dixon. Yes. Podcast. Podcast. Keith B. Dixon Online. There it is. You guys gone over there, and matter of fact, you know what? You can donate $1 a month if you want to. Let me. I'm gonna sidetrack. I gotta go to a commercial. You know, every dollar that I get, every dollar that I profit, I'm gonna use the word profit as a business, I invest back into everything that I do. If you guys are doing 90 PT, right? If you guys are doing 90 PT and you're paying, right? Do you know where that money goes? It goes into a tour. So when I'm traveling to a city, it goes into a plane ticket. That's where it goes. We're reinvesting every single dollar back into it. Every single dollar that's generated from X101 goes back into the conference to build it up. The reason I do online education and charge you for it is so I can do more. Because remember, I'm a business owner too. The profit is used to seed. That's the transparency. The profit is used to seed. It's not to buy new camera gear or the fancy ride or any of that kind of stuff. That's all done through clients and just doing straight out business. Yes, it really is. It really, I kid you not. And you know, one day, I'm not sure how we're going to pull this off because we're not going to be nonprofit. That's not how we're going to operate. But I'm going to provide a level of transparency, and that's a phase. I'm going to provide a level of financial transparency to the community, just so you can see exactly what we're doing. Keith B. Dixon .online, KeithBDixon.net, KeithBDixon.com, and you guys, my new site, it's not up yet. Urban Landscapes. Yep, there it is. So there's a ton of programs. That's how we operate. KEITH, KeithBDixon.online. And the newest edition is podcast.keithbdixon.com. You guys will see the Patreon there. You can donate $5 a month. You can donate $1 a month. You can donate $25 a month. You can donate $100 a month. It's all up to you. The money's going right back into the community. There it is. All right, let's round this out. So we're at the event, you guys. 1 cent. Yeah. Well, I don't know that. By the time we break off all the fees for that, we probably won't even have a quarter of a cent. See, I told you, Faith, I missed that. You can't be leaving me hanging now. Okay, look. You're at the event. What do you do? What do you do at that point? I'm going to give you a secret. Okay. I'm going to share something out of the 90 PT. I'm not going to drill it all the way down because the 90 PT is actually this Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We start promptly at 9 a.m., right? We don't wait for anybody. You jump in the broadcast, right? Right now, it's $190, and you can listen to it 3 times in a month. But here's the thing I'm going to tell you. You can sign up for unlimited, and then you don't have to worry about that. But when you're listening to the red version, the red train, you've got to log on either at 9 a.m., 9 p.m., 9 a.m. And it's just done that way for people that are overseas. So there it is right there. And we talk about sales, marketing, lighting, the whole 9 yards. And it's unlike any other program you will ever sign up for because it's me teaching it. And nobody's going to do it like I do it. It's uniqueness. I've totally focused on mindset and approach to everything. If it's lighting, we're going to talk about lighting fundamentals, and then we're going to go into approach. Why do it this way? What are you doing? What's the end game? How are we going to print? We tackle all of that kind of stuff. Last week's session, the creative zone. It'll knock your socks off. I think one of my students sent me a message and was like, it started out, whoa, that was deep. Those images that you see that people are posting are not only off the scope, but some of them are from the 90 PT. Yes, knock your socks and wigs off. We going to the 10th power, baby. You know how we rock, Mike. We not playing. So there it is right there. And you guys know Commander Mike. Wait, hold on. You know Commander Mike is teaching, right? He's not only teaching, you saw him in Greensboro, but he's also leading up a PPA study group. Yeah. Mike sandbagged us, though, because he told me, matter of fact, I had got to the venue, and he was looking kind of nervous. He's like, yeah, I just came out of the bathroom, had to throw up a couple times. And yeah, the CPP mentorship, Mike has that up, him and Armitress. And Mike was sandbagging me. He was looking nervous. I was trying to calm him down. He was sweating. I was like, Mike, you want some tea? You know how you get that frustration? Like, you get to the venue first, you can't get in, ain't nobody there. Mike had that frustration going, and I knew it too. That's that speaker frustration, like, oh, nothing is going. And I was like, Mike, you want some tea? You need a neck massage? What's going on? You all right? And then he got up there and killed it. Matter of fact, Mike got so technical in his presentation, he was talking to people in the audience. Like, hey, right there. Are you technology based? Matter of fact, Mike was so smooth with it. He says, look now, I'm scientific. Like, if I go off on a tangent, that's the setup right there. He just asked the audience for authorization to go off on a technical tangent. And they was like, no, it's okay. I'm like, oh boy, I thought he was a newbie. Hey, quit playing. Hey, look, we're gonna put you guys in a pen. And I hate to use this example, but it works the best. We're gonna put you in a pen, and you know what? Cream rises to the top. Cream rises to the top. It's all based on character, and your client looks at that same thing. Let's go. All right. So look. You got the information, you got the contacts. Here's the magic. Follow up with people. We in saltwater. We in saltwater. Follow up with the people. That rarely happens. People don't follow up. The person who follows up is usually the winner. The person that absorbs the most objections generally win. People like resiliency. People like winners. And by the way, you guys, I won't be scoping on the 13th. My birthday is on the 13th. No scopes. No morning motivation on the 13th, April 13th. No nothing. It's going to be blacked out. So there it is. But people like resiliency. People like winners. So you have to follow up with them. Hey, yep. April 13th. I was born on Friday the 13th, you guys. People like people who care as well. Oh, your birthday, Amber. See, that's why. Yeah. That's why. Me, My wife is April 2nd. Matthew's birthday is March something. Matthew's right, just right there. Mike is April. Mike, Captain Commander Mike, April 2nd. All of my kids are like March, most of them. Yeah, I don't know if I'm. I don't know, you guys. I might be, cause I'm gonna be. Hey, check this out now. I'm gonna be 51 years old. Yeah, no morning motivation tomorrow. I've got an early morning, and then I'll be on at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, but I won't be on April 13th. I know, right? Red cup, red loafers. Hey, Rome, you said it right there. Rome hit it right on the head, right? Hey, Rome, you know all too well, huh? Yep, I will be on adult beverages. Okay, there it is. Okay, let me get back on track, you guys. So you've got to follow up with those clients, and how you follow up is really up to you. I'm going to share a secret with you because this is something I'm going to be talking about in social media. And look, if you want to get to know somebody, all you got to do is follow their Facebook page. Facebook is the number one tool for getting to know someone. And if you can't find them on Facebook, I guarantee you they'll probably be on LinkedIn. And that's a great way to get to know people and develop a profile on them, especially if you're trying to do business. If you know what they like, and generally, I'm going to tell you, I hate to tell you guys this, but generally, if you're somebody in the squad, I've looked through your Facebook page, LinkedIn, everything that you're a part of, I've vetted it out. I make it a point to do that. And I'm not talking about just perusing through. I'm looking through all your photos. What does this mean? Because if you're a commander, well, let's break this down. If you're a commander in our group, that's a serious commitment. There's no more. You can't become a commander and leave. That's a reflection on me. It's a reflection on Commander Mike. So we are looking for the very best, most committed people at the commander level. At the captain level, same thing. It's all based on your character, your interaction, and your concern for others. Those are criteria, you guys. Oh, Faith, I'm not even going to look at your page because no, but I'll take your word for it. So these are the criteria that we're looking for. And the reason for, let me tell you why. Occasionally, I will have to refer out some business. I need to know everything about you because I've referred out business and had people just really drop the ball. Literally. That is one of the most embarrassing things, is to refer somebody and just have them blow up on you. It's painful. And it's very embarrassing. People won't, yeah, it is embarrassing. It's like, oh, like for real. Yeah, I've had that happen. And, I don't know what's worse. And then when they might say, Keith, we know how you are about service, and that's why we're telling you so you don't make that mistake. I've had clients tell me that. So I'm very picky, and I'm also very picky. And the other thing, too, is, you don't want to have somebody on your squad and then you have a sponsor, because remember, we're representing people's products. People's jobs are on the line. People's careers might be on the line. And when I say on the line, it's going to reflect back to them. They might not get fired or get in trouble, but it's a notch on their belt. Like, oh, you brought that community in? No, that's not going to work for us. Cut them loose. Now they're looking bad, and it's going to create a bad situation. So that's the reason for it, and that's the reason why we're so picky now about the people that are involved in the structure of the community. And that's why the community is structured. And by the way, I want you guys to know this. A lot of the sponsors and people who support us as a community are on the Bomb Squad page. And that's why we control it so tightly. So I want you guys to know that. They monitor. That's their job. Their job is to monitor. So this is part of the networking. Yes. This is that's why it's controlled. Yes, we need a grand commitment, and that's where we're going. How many of you guys are familiar? I want to take a temperature. How many of you are familiar with F-64? F-64. And we're going to get up out of here. F-64. How many of you have heard of the group F-64? If you haven't, I want you to Google it. There was a group of photographers. It's a group of photographers. Google F-64, and that's where we are. That's where I want to be. That's where I want my organization to be. And I'm going to tell you, um, we're going to be not like a camera club, but more like a fraternity of photographers. That's what the Bomb Squad is eventually going to turn into. It's a fraternity, a brother and a sisterhood of photographers, serious in nature, serious about the craft. That's where we're headed, you guys. If this is making sense and this is something you'd like to see, we are not a camera club. We are not a social group. We're not funning and skinning and grinning. That's not us. We are a brotherhood and a sisterhood and a brotherhood, a fraternity of photographers. And this is the beginning of it. So you're getting in on the ground level. And as we grow, the structure will grow, the benefits will grow. You guys will see what it is. If this is something you're interested in, I want you to throw up a Wi-Fi. I see 28 live on here, and I don't know how many others. Throw up a Wi-Fi for me if this is sounding good to you. No judgment. We're going to be based out of the world. Yep, Fat Brothers. Yep, that's me and Rome. Fat Brothers for sure. Fat photographer. Yep, fat, skinny, tall, short. So that's where we're headed. I want you guys to Google F-64 and take a look at what they did, because they influenced photography. They influenced art. They influenced conservation. There's got to be a community element to it. We've got to influence not only photography, but community, other communities as well, where people are in need. So it's twofold. It's a double-edged sword. It cuts both ways. We're not only influencing photography, but we are also helping people through the use of photography. Alpha, Phi, Kilo, Bravo, Delta. I don't know. I'm gonna leave the name up to the community, because that's how we came up with the Bomb Squad, and that's why I've always kept it, because the community coined that term, Bomb Squad. All right, you guys. There it is. My name is Keith B. Dixon. I'm your chief evangelist. Mike is second in command of the Bomb Squad. Mike South, throw up some emojis. Mike actually runs the Bomb Squad, you guys, believe it or not. Where's Mike at? There he is. Nah, I can't do one more hour. Rome is a newbie. There's Mike right there, my second in command. He's a great guy. And then we have a community captain. This is important. I want you guys to understand the structure. There's Commander Mike. We have a community captain. It's very important, because a lot of people will run into challenges and issues. And when possible, I try to reach out to those people and connect with them myself. But Antoinette, there she is right there. Mike's wife is our community captain. She will reach out. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, because I got to cover my bases. So guess what? I got people who support that. Antoinette will reach out to you. I know if you're sick or having troubles, I got the prayers for you already, because Antoinette then reached out to you, and we didn't drop some spiritual support on you right out the gate. That's how we roll. That's the community aspect that I'm talking about. It's taken me a while to get this right, but there she is. Then we got Sheila Morgan Gibson, who is, you guys probably, you don't see her a lot, but she's been with me for 7 years. And Sheila is, she's that person that you guys tagged on your homework assignment, research photography extraordinaire. So when I need to go deep on anything as it relates to photography, history, technical, she runs an electron microscope, so she's got a math aptitude. That's where I'm pulling it from. So I got a lot of great people surrounding me. She's got a BFA. That's how we rock. And who else is on here? Where's Amber at? I gotta call you guys out. Where's Amber? Amber, you guys know who Amber is right out the gate. right? There's Sheila right there. There's Amber. She's on social media. You guys see her. She's killing it. She's part of the tech team. Captain Joe. Mike is on there as well. There's Joe right there. Um, my man Lamar, who is, we can't say what he does, a secret. So Lamar's like SEAL Team 6. So I can't tell you what he does, but he gets it done. There he is. Yep. So, yeah, Captain Lamar, SEAL Team 6. His role is secret. We can't tell you what he does, but yeah, we call that the core. And I hope who else is in here? Because I don't want to forget anybody. Barry King. By the way, you guys, we have OGs in the community. We call them OGs because I was in them streams a little bit, right? So we got OGs in the community, and Barry King and Faith. They like day oneers. They've been here since day one. OGs in the scopes. They just make it on here. So there's Faith right there. Matter of fact, they probably remember them scopes when I used to be sitting out at Starbucks. Barry King has been on a long time. So Barry, my man Barry, there he is right there. Who else? Karen, Miss Karen, I just want to, you guys, I want you to pray for Miss Karen right now. And I'm just going to put some kind words out for her. Karen, we know you just got out and you're in recovery. And we're definitely pulling for you. So Miss Karen, she's definitely day one. She got out today, so we are pulling for her. There it is. She got home today. There it is, you guys. So that's our core, and then we have extended. So you'll see people in the morning that'll get on extended. And if you're so indoctrination, I have to talk to Mike as to when we're going to do that. And before we indoctrinate you, Mike's got a call. Mike is going to contact you. So Mike's got to clear you. He'll talk to you and ask you some questions and, check you out and all that good stuff. See, he has a special way of doing that. So, yeah, we'll have some indoctrinations. There's a lot of you guys in here. Jack's been on the scope. Jack Photog, you guys, Jack has been on the scope quite a while, too. Probably at least a year and a half. Right, Jack? At least. Yeah, we do. Especially down. And I'm gonna tell. I don't want you guys to be scared. But we do vet, and we do vet people because we want the community to be peaceful. It's not a self-serving community. That's what we're trying to miss. Is we don't want people who are going to be self-serving. You got to be about us. All right, you guys, that's all I got for you. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Keith B. Dixon, Chief Evangelist of the Bomb Squad. My man, Sean Lee, you guys know him. He's the co-founder of X101, my partner in crime. I say it that way. If I get in trouble, I get in trouble. Sean Lee is my partner in crime, my brother. He gets it done. And I see, Deshaun. Oh, how could I forget Deshaun? Holy smokes. Hold on, I got a sidebar for a quick second. Deshaun Gales. Deshaun, can you throw up? See, that's why you got to be paying attention around here. Deshaun, can you throw up some emojis real quick? Hold on. They say the best for last. I know Sean is. He called me today on the run. There he is right there. My man, Deshaun Gales. So look, graphically, anything that you see on my platform is originated by Deshaun, and he's my go-to guy. Deshaun is my brother. For real, like a ride or die to the end. If I was running over a hill and it was looking grim, Deshaun is that guy. He's gonna be like, "Hey, you think we can make it?" I'm gonna be like, "I think we can make it." He's like, "Okay, well, I think it's good enough for us to do." He's down like that. So, he's dope, committed to the bone. So, ride or die for sure. Her and then Joe. Matter of fact, there's Joe right there. And let me talk about Joe real quick. Joe is handling logistics for us for the conference X101. Is Joe on here? Where's yeah, Mike said he ain't running. by the way, Deshaun is designing the graphics for the. So when you guys get that nice brochure and all the stuff you see, that'll be Deshaun all day. So graphically, anybody that asks me anything about graphics, I'm always referring them to Deshaun. Is Joe on here, Amber? And what I'm doing is I'm just introducing you guys to the squad. There's Joe right there. Okay, so Joe, ride or die, for real. Like Joe and Amber, ride or dies. Joe is the logistics guy for X101. And I gotta tell you, that's a rough job to have. I mean, because you are responsible for everything, and everything that don't happen, you're responsible for it. That's Joe all day, and he has a very professional career, great guy, and no nonsense, no BS. There he is. So that's our core squad, you guys. That is the bomb squad core. That everybody that I introduced. I hope I didn't leave nobody out, because I'm trying to read the comments and think and do all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm gonna be 51 in a couple days. Yep. All right. That's our core, our captains and commanders, and we do have a couple commander spots open, and it's a vetting process even for that. It's got to be a unanimous yes from everybody on the squad. A captain has got to be a unanimous yes. You got to be committed, and that's something that Mike handles. And even if I make a recommendation for somebody, it's still got to be that way. So that's the democracy we run. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in. My name is Keith B. Dixon. That's our bomb squad structure. That's it. It's only as good as the leadership. So each one teach one. That's my philosophy. You know, I lean on these people for everything in this community. I literally do. And they know it. So I don't know everything. If I was the smartest guy in the room, we better shut this down right now because I don't know everything. All right. So the brown boy, go back and watch the replay, or you know what? Go to podcast.keithbdixon.online and you can get some answers right there. No, but I can throw some stones real good too. So there you go. All right, you guys, I'm out. I will see you. I'll see you tomorrow night. Peace.